What's up, everyone? This is Kronos, aka Adam, and I am back with my second video of the day, AEW preview and predictions for tonight's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. As always, you can find my social media stuff there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever else there is that needs to be done. Obviously, like I said, I'm working on some new equipment, some new software, trying to make this a little better. So far, the shine from the window doesn't look as bad using an actual camera as opposed to my laptop's camera. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to be going through all 9 matches. 2 of the matches obviously had to be changed due to injury. So I'll talk about that, and I'll be doing confidence points. As some other people do. It's the easiest way to kind of gauge how my predictions went. If you don't know what confidence points are, there are 9 matches. So you assign matches from the numbers 1 to 9, 9 being your most confident, 1 being your least confident, and then you tabulate at the end all the ones you got right, and that is your score. I also do a little something different. I like to give both my shoot and kayfabe predictions. So my kayfabe prediction is who I want in the storyline to win, but my shoot is who I actually think is going to win, and those will be the basis for the confidence points. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into this. Just get my document. Oh, okay. So obviously, Daly's Place will be the venue next that's connected to the Jaguar Stadium, which is where they've been doing all of the Dynamite episodes and Dark episodes up until now. So yes, there are 9 injuries on the card. As I said, there were a couple of injuries that changed the matches. So for the first match we're going to talk about is the buy-in, which is their pre-show, kickoff show, whatever you want to call it. The first match is Private Party versus Best Friends. The winner will be the number 1 contender for the tag team titles held by Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page. So in the rankings, Best Friends are actually ranked the number 1 contender. Private Party really hasn't been on TV a lot until recently. Obviously, they've been featured heavily on BTE with their kind of beef with Hangman, but as I've said, I don't think they're going to be using the BTE storylines as much, especially for title implications. So, Best Friends have been on the rise, they've been winning a lot, but unfortunately, my predictions, shoot, I think Best Friends are going to win. Kayfabe, I want Best Friends to win. They're one of my favorite tag teams, and I just really enjoy them and Orange Cassidy as a group. And I'm going to have 5 confidence points on this one. So kind of middle of the road. They could give it to Private Party, but I just think that Best Friends will be the ones. Okay, now we're going to go to the main card. The first match I have was actually set up on Wednesday on Dynamite, and that's going to be Shawn Spears versus Dustin Rhodes. Shawn Spears had his Shawn Spears News vignette, where he talked about, among other things, Dustin's drug use, with pills, saying that he retired, even though we had no indication that he actually retired, and that he didn't have a match, so he just decided to challenge Dustin. Dustin really loses nothing here if he does take the loss. He's more in the frame of kind of putting people over. And I do believe they want to build Shawn Spears back up. I think, he came in pretty hot and heavy. He had that big feud with Cody, with the chair shot that busted Cody open. But he lost that. He also then lost the TNT tournament match, kind of in shitty fashion to Cody, where he got pinned while getting a figure 4. But other than that, other than the big matchups, he's been pretty consistent winning pretty much all the matches he's had, both on Dark and Dynamite. My predictions here, shoot, Shawn Spears. Kayfabe, I want to see Shawn Spears. I enjoy him as a character. I want to see him go. I love Dustin, obviously Goldust, the Natural, whatever you want to call him. I just think, at 50 years old, he's not really in line for anything at this point. So, might as well build up Shawn Spears and then have him maybe feud with Cody or somebody else in the meantime before he gets back to Cody. We'll see. So I have 7 confidence points on this. I'm pretty confident that Shawn Spears is going to win this one. So then the first match that was affected by the injury bug was supposed to be Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander, but as I said in my AEW weekend review, also on the channel, during the match with Shida and Statlander versus Nyla Rose and Britt Baker, Britt Baker was in the corner, and Nyla was double suplex onto her knee. You could tell right away that she was injured. There's no update yet up to the severity of the injury, but she has been ruled out of Double or Nothing. So Penelope Ford has taken her place. So going on that, Chris Statlander hasn't been the same since her match with Riho, and the Nightmare family at the time when they were still together kind of messed up that match, and she really hasn't gotten the momentum back since. Penelope Ford, on the other hand, has been on the rise. She did have a win against the former women's champion Riho on Dark, and she's kind of been pushed into that like top 5 ranking. Obviously she always has her fiance Kip Sabian, who I'm not sure will be at her side this time, only because he's got the casino ladder match. But also Jimmy Havoc has been in her corner, so there could be some shenanigans there. But I do like Chris Statlander. I do think she kind of got the raw deal there. So I do think she is going to win now that Britt Baker is out. I want her to win because I do want her to regain the momentum. I think Ford's time will come, but I think Statlander is the better bet right now. And but they could go either way on this one. They could, because Chris Statlander was probably going to lose to Britt Baker. There's no definitive answer as to whether or not they're going to make her win now, just because the opponent's changed. So I only have 3 confidence points on that one. All right. So now we're going to go to Nyla Rose versus Shida for the AEW Women's title. This match is no DQ, no countout. Shida has actually been the number 1 contender for several months now. Obviously, due to the pandemic, Nyla Rose has been unable to be on TV, and all the matches and all kind of the title pictures have kind of been a little messed up, and not exactly, I'm sure, what they all wanted them to be. Obviously, I do like this feud between them. The Nyla Rose, I found you can go sick bitch and hit her with it. Was pretty funny. Shida did stand tall on Dynamite when, with the help of Chris Statlander, was able to superplex Nyla Rose through the table. This stipulation allows Shida to lose without really losing anything, because it's a no DQ, no count out. Anything can go, anything can happen. So, even though she's been the number 1 contender for a long time, if she takes the loss, it kind of takes the shine off her. So I do think, having this stipulation will be good. I do think it'll be a good match anyway. So my predictions, I believe Nyla Rose will win, and I do want Nyla Rose to win. I do think she really hasn't had a long enough title run to be able to kind of, be legit as a champ. She got the title off Riho, and then since then hadn't been on TV because it was almost around the time when the pandemic started. So I'm pretty confident in this, especially because of the stipulations. I have 8 confidence points. Alright, next is MJF versus Jungle Boy. According to the stats that we get, MJF has not been pinned or submitted while being a member of the AEW roster. He did lose a 4-way match, but he wasn't factored into the decision there. That's the only blemish on his record. That and the Casino Battle Royale, but those don't count really. Jungle Boy really hasn't been on TV as much, him, Luchasaurus, or Marco Stunt until within the last couple weeks. Neither was MJF. But MJF is always present, even if he's doing, promo work, which he's been doing, faking injuries and all that kind of stuff. I think MJF, the only time he's going to lose is when he finally has that rematch with Cody. I think they're just destined to meet up again, since MJF was the one that cost Cody his ability to possibly win the AEW championship. My shoot is MJF, kayfabe. I want MJF, and I have 9 confidence points on this one. I'll make sure we're still recording. Yes, we are. Perfect. All right, now we have the Casino ladder match, which is the second match to be affected by the injury bug. So we have Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, Luchasaurus, Kip Sabian, Colt Cabana, and unfortunately replacing Rey Fenix is Joey Janela. As I said on my Dynamite review, Rey Fenix went for some kind of flipping senton over the top rope onto the crowd of people that were fighting and completely missed. No one was able to catch him, and he went straight on his back. I don't know if it's a rib injury or back injury or what, but I guess they just, at first they said that he would be fine, but I guess upon closer inspection, they'd probably rather be safe than sorry. And Joey Janela is a great replacement as far as, when it comes to any kind of gimmick matches, especially things like ladders. he'll definitely be down for it and do some stuff. Also, is the mystery opponent. The winner gets, so the rules are there's going to be Chip suspended above the ring, and 2 people will start in, and every 90 seconds another competitor will come in until all 9 are there. However, the chip is able to be won at any point, so it doesn't need the 9 competitors to be in the ring. I assume all 9 will be in the ring, just because it would be very weird for them not to have that. And the winner, whoever gets that chip, will have a title shot. They haven't explained whether or not it's like a Money in the Bank situation where they can cash it in whenever, wherever, however. So I guess we'll find that out hopefully tonight. So for going down the line, Cole Cabana, I think he's too new. I think he's not ready yet for the main event picture. I just don't see it yet. Joey Janela, I think he's the last minute replacement for Phoenix, so the odds of them having him win would be very odd. Scorpio Sky, they're building him up because they gave him those promos recently, a couple weeks ago. They gave him 2 promos, 2 vignettes. And, he had a match against Jericho not that long ago. Also, I do think they want to build him up before they give this to him because, I just don't see the people that are at the top right now losing. And I see other people already above him, so I think it would be too soon unless they have, something where it's like, you have a year to do it and they give him a year to be able to build himself up and then do it. But Frank Kazarian, I think he's an older competitor and he just had that long match with Moxley. And so I don't think he would be, when Luchasaurus, I think this would be a great way to build him up, but I think he is bound to fight either Wardlow or Hager, kind of like a hoss battle. Orange Cassidy, would be awesome. I just don't think that they would put him over like that, especially without the crowd. I think him winning with the crowd would be great, but I think without like a real crowd, they don't want to do that yet. And then Darby Allin, maybe having a crisis of confidence storyline right now. He recently had a match with Moxley. Sorry, my bag. He also lost in the TNT tournament. He's had his beef with Taz recently. So we'll see, what they end up doing with that. And then there's the mystery opponent. It shouldn't be someone who's on the roster already, because that would just be, like what they did with Hangman Page last year at the Casino Battle Royale. We all knew Hangman was going to be in it. Some of my thoughts, possibly Brian Cage if he's healthy. Drew Gulak if he doesn't have a non-compete after being released from SmackDown, from WWE on the SmackDown brand. Sting, obviously people joked around, but I don't think Sting is just the fact that it seems like he's no longer in the Legends contract with WWE, so there's been rumors about that. Possibly a return for Jeff Cobb. He had those couple weeks on Dynamite, but we haven't seen him since. He's been obviously part of ROH. So my predictions, I believe Darby Allin is going to win. I think this is what, they want to build him up, and hopefully they take their time with it. I want Orange Cassidy because I love Orange Cassidy, but I just, as I said, I just don't see them doing it. My confidence points, though, are 1. I have no idea. It can go any way, depending on anything. So I am not very confident at all. The next match, we have Broken Matt Hardy and the Elite versus the Inner Circle, which is a Stadium Stampede match. As we found out on Dynamite, the ring will actually be at the 50-yard line at midfield, but falls will be able to count anywhere. So I'm sure they'll be broken up into different segments and fighting and whatnot. And so I'm just curious how that'll get done. Should be really interesting though. So the Inner Circle stood tall 2 weeks ago. Obviously the whole Elite wasn't able to be there due to the pandemic, and then this past Wednesday the Elite stood tall when everyone was finally all assembled. Obviously there's the lingering storyline of Hangman Page still doesn't want any part of the Elite. As when he did show up and fight, he then kind of walked off. He didn't want to celebrate with them. Will there be a resurrection of Vanguard 1 or possibly a new Vanguard 2 that'll get into the mix? They've been taking the Elite have been taking around the chin for a long time from the Inner Circle, and mostly because most of the members couldn't get on TV. So it's allowed the Inner Circle to really build the momentum here. My predictions: I want the Elite. I do think the Elite are going to win, but like I said, there are so many different scenarios that could happen here, so I only have 2 confidence points on this one. And then we have the finals of the TNT Championship Tournament. We have Cody versus Lance Archer, with the special guest Mike Tyson will be presenting the championship. And as we also found out on Dynamite via Arn Anderson, after speaking with Tony Khan, that Mike Tyson will actually be present, be able to roam, get involved if he wants to. Obviously, who's he going to punch? Who's he going to punch out? Then we also have the storyline of Jake versus Arn Anderson, obviously from Dynamite, where they were beefing, and Arn said he was going to spine bust him. We have Brandy's presence there. Obviously everything that happened with Jake, putting the snake and kind of going on top of her and calling her a bimbo, all the misogynistic comments. We'll see. Obviously, we've known that Cody, he needs this. He can't compete for the world title anymore thanks to MJF, but at the same time he needs this as validation for him, for the company, for his role. At least that's what he's been saying. And Lance Archer obviously is a beast. Ever since coming in, he's been just tearing through everybody, so this will be a very interesting match. My one question is, how much is Cody going to bleed, because we know if it's a match like of this epic proportion, Cody's going to bleed. That's just how it is. So my predictions, I believe Cody actually is going to win this. I think they do need to put the A title on him. I want him to win, but I only have 4 confidence points, kind of middle of the road here, because I could see Lance Archer and something with Tyson getting involved and it not being a clean finish. So we'll see. And finally, the main event. We have Jon Moxley versus Brodie Lee for the AEW World Championship. Obviously, Brodie still has the belt in his possession with the Dark Order. On Dynamite, Moxley broke the arm of number 10, which was his night, because Brodie refused to come out. Let's see. So Moxley just won the title not that long ago from Chris Jericho at Revolution. But Brodie is also brand new, and I think he still needs to look strong. Because if he's the leader, one, obviously it's a WWE guy coming to AEW, and we want to show that they want to show that he looks strong. They also, in a loss, he should look strong as well. You also don't want him to lose the mystique that he has with the Dark Order. So, my predictions here, I believe Jon Moxley will retain. I think it's too soon for him to lose the title. I want Jon Moxley to win because I do want him to have a really good title reign. I do enjoy Jon Moxley's work. And I am pretty confident in this. I have 6 confidence points on that. So there you have it. Those are my predictions. I'm going to be pre-gaming with a little bit of the bubbly tonight. So as always, there's my social media. Follow me. Like whatever I got there. Subscribe, comment, whatever else. I never get the right. I should have a script for this, but who cares? So this is Double or Nothing. I'll be having a review and reactions video, hopefully up tomorrow night, afternoon, depending on when I can do it. And also I have my Dynamite. My AEW weekend review is going to be going up shortly. Obviously, it's just finishing up. And as well as my WWE weekend review, which I'll probably do tomorrow, due to everything going on with AEW. So as always, stay safe, and bye now. Alright everyone, this is going to be a really quick post-credit scene. I don't really have a lot of time. I'm trying to get a bunch done before Double or Nothing. So you may ask, how am I going to be prepping for Double or Nothing today? Well, a lot of water and a little bit of the bubbly.